Ladies and bottoms, this is a Skinny Fat Twink show where being messy is not a crime. It's a requirement. Being messy up on the show today, we got Miguel. My man Miguel sliding into the DMs to find out if he's a little gay or hella gay. For some reason this week, all my favorite lesbians, they're thirsting after Robert Irwin and my grocery store boyfriend. You know who you are. He is on trial today in gay court. We're going to find out if he's guilty or not guilty. Ladies and bottoms, this is a Skinny Fat Twink show. You better strap on because here come your thought topics. Listen, I'm just going to break it with the worst possible news. Dolly Parton's sister is now asking for prayers for the icon Dolly. If you didn't know about this, Dolly Parton has been going through ongoing health struggles. She had to cancel her Vegas residency, which is not a good sign, especially when you are a strong woman like Dolly Parton. She does not take no for an answer, but right now, according to the family, she's not in her best health and they're asking for prayers. And I got to tell you, if Dolly does not recover, I am going to be devastated because this woman is everything we need in this world right now. She's the anti-bully person. She's the mind your own business person. And she does it in such a kind way. And you know what I love about Dolly? Dolly, if you're watching this, you know what I love about you? You're kind of a slut and you own it. But you're not even a real slut. You're just a pretend slut. And I love that about you. That fucking clip on Instagram and TikTok I always see where like somebody was interviewing and they're like, what does Dolly Parton do first thing when she wakes up in the morning? And then Dolly's over there like, I usually wake up, put my clothes on, and go home. That is the energy I need in 2025. Dolly Parton, you must recover, if not just for the fake slut act that I live for, the kindness that you give the LGBT community, the constant battle you fight to not make things political, and yet somehow you give a read between the lines political message, and it's always the same thing. Be kind, mind your own business. And also, if you didn't know about this, did you know that Dolly, I think most people know this, but in case you didn't, Dolly has a foundation that sends books to children so they can learn how to read. And that is one of the amazing things she gives back outside of her music. My friend who actually works in country music, he sent his daughter, or Dolly sent his daughter these books. And they were just like little read books. I think she's like 4 or 5 now. And she loved these books. And he had her FaceTime Dolly and say, thank you for the books. She was so excited. Both the child and Dolly. Dolly is such a genuine person. And to see her actually want to interact with a 5-year-old because the 5-year-old got those books that she sent and wanting to ask, what's your favorite book? Which one did you like reading the most? Which one didn't you like? She sat there and had a nice little conversation with this 5-year-old. And I got to be honest with y'all celebrities, most celebrities are not doing that in 2025. So Dolly Parton, you are a true icon. You are a queen, and we are actually praying for you. I'm not going to pray for many people to get better, but Dolly Parton, you are one of them. Praying for a quick recovery for the queen, Dolly Parton. Oh, God, and in the world of country music, kind of not anymore, Taylor Swift's 12th studio album out now, and people are weirdly weaving this narrative online that the album has flopped, which I don't think is true at all. Is it bigger than other Taylor albums? Maybe not, but it's a Taylor Swift album. Every fucking track on the album instantly charted in the Spotify top 50. So I don't know how they can say that's a flop. But the point they're trying to make is that this is Taylor's 12th studio album, and we all know Taylor's lucky number is 13. So a lot of people online are saying that this album is a placeholder. Taylor had to put out number 12 to get to what will become the truly iconic 13th studio album from Taylor Swift. Will it truly be iconic? I guess there's only one way to find out, and that's to wait and see. But for right now, you know what we get to do while we wait? We get to listen to that track on repeat that's all about Travis Kelce's Shalong. And honestly, I think that's kind of a power move because Taylor's out here like, this probably won't be my best album. But what I am going to do is spill the tea to my Swifties and describe my boyfriend's dick in a song. Mama Kelsey, if you are watching this, a scale of 1 to 10, scale of 6 to 9, how uncomfortable does it make you listening to a song about your son's cock? You know? I mean, I'm aware that you know what it is, and I know that he has one because, you're his mother, and you probably had to wash that thing when he was a child, but that's a bit different than how old is Travis Kelce? In his 30s? Is he 40 yet? I don't know. Your 30-something-year-old son's cock being the topic of the internet right now because Taylor Swift put it in a song. Did you ever think that was going to happen? Probably not. If you need me, I will be listening to that song on repeat. Don't judge me, Mama Kelsey. I'm a good, upstanding, used-to-be church-going American. And oh my God, I don't know why people care about this so much, but have you been following the thought topic behind Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban? The divorce is kind of old news, but now it's coming out, everything about the divorce. And I'm seeing conflicting headlines, but one headline I saw was a reason for the divorce is Nicole Kidman's incessant need for physical attention. Nicole, look at me. I have an incessant need for physical affection. If Keith ain't laying down the dick, I don't blame you for moving on. Because there is nothing worse than asking your partner, hey, listen, I need a lot of physical touch. And it would be the same thing if they needed acts of service or whatever the fuck else. If you tell your partner, hey, I need a lot of physical attention, that's my love language, and they just can't do it, then bruh, how did you survive 19 years of marriage? That's what I want to know. I would survive maybe 19 hours of marriage. But to be honest with you, if we're going to bed and we're not doing a little, I did that wrong. I can't do the thing today. The horn honk sound. If we ain't doing that 2 or 3 times throughout the day, I don't want it. So Nicole, I'm guessing at this point, Keith was probably not giving it to you more than a couple of times a week. So I don't blame you. But the other headline I'm seeing is that Nicole is such a crack whore. No, that's the wrong word. That's mean. She's not a crack whore. A coke whatever. Coke monger? What do people who do a lot of coke, what do we call them? I don't know. Nicole does a lot of coke, or at least she used to do. So apparently there was a cocaine clause in their prenup that said that if Nicole Kidman started doing cocaine again, that the marriage was off. And then the tabloids found out that she had been paying Keith Urban $600,000 a year as incentive to stay clean from cocaine. Did y'all's donate any of that money to charity or drug recovery, or did you just spend it on a vacation? That's what I want to know. And I'm not asking that in an accusatory way. I truly want to know. Did that money go toward drug recovery or alcohol recovery for people that are suffering from the same problem that don't have the money for rehab? That's what I want to know. $600,000. That is a lot of money. It's not a lot of money, though, when you're doing coke every day. This is actually not very much money. Ask Stevie Nicks. Oh, speaking of whack relationships, we all know it's coming. It just hasn't happened yet. Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber, Hailey Baldwin. She'll go back to that name, by the way. Mark my words. I saw this headline. The headline read, Justin and Hailey Bieber's son, Jack. I was like, oh no. Debuts long hair for fall. That is the best possible headline you're getting out of that family right now. And the reason I say that, the clock is ticking. Hailey is going to leave Justin soon. Mark my words. Have you seen the videos going on around the internet of like Justin slamming doors into Hailey's face? I think he like pushed her. He shoved her in one of the videos. Now, I am not saying that Justin is abusing Hailey because I don't know. I'm not there. But what I am saying is the videos don't look good. And if he is truly treating her that way, that's not good. Hailey, if Justin is being abusive, you got to get out. I don't care how famous he is. I don't care how much money he has. If he's treating you like garbage, which, listen, Justin, we love you, but come on, man. If that's really happening, if he is treating you like garbage, girl, you got to get out. Get out before your baby is older and it creates actual lasting trauma. If you leave before they're 3 or 4 is probably the cutoff. It's less traumatic in the long term for the baby because they don't remember all of the dysfunction. That's my advice to Hailey Bieber. Hailey, if you're watching this, please take that advice. But for now, I am so happy that baby Jack has long hair for fall because guess who else has long hair for fall? I do. You just can't see it because it's under this hat because I'm having a bad hair day. Here's a topic for you. I'll make this one quick. Headline here that blew my mind. Nearly 1,000 people are trapped. It's not funny that they're trapped. Nearly 1,000 people are trapped on Mount Everest by a blizzard. Not funny at all. I want to know how 1,000 people are on Mount Everest right now. I thought that, like, I don't know, maybe I didn't finish those books when I was in 5th grade called Everest. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought there was like 5 people on Mount Everest at a time, not 1,000. 1,000 people on Mount Everest. That is 1,000 times as many subscribers as we have on this show right now. 1,000 people on Mount Everest. That, my friend, is crazy. But, you know, in all seriousness, we are hoping those 1,000 people get saved. I'm sure they will. Like, nobody ever dies on Mount Everest, right? Right? They have like helicopters and stuff, right? Uh-oh. Okay, we're getting into old news right here, but I don't care because this is the aftermath of the news. The aftermath is oh so spicy. Robert Irwin broke the internet on Dancing with the Stars. What is the aftermath of this man shirtless dancing in a way that I only wish I could dream about doing? The aftermath is lesbians, les dollar sign beans, les dollar beans, whatever y'all call yourselves these days, lesbians on TikTok, like straight questioning. These TikToks are everywhere of like, it'll be like a lesbian couple and then the TV's on and it's like Robert Irwin with his shirt off and lesbian number 2 that's watching TV is like checking over his shoulder like, is lesbian number 1 going to notice I'm staring at Robert Irwin? And she's like, So here's what I have to say. Robert Irwin. Robert, are you watching? I know you're watching. You're one of like 5 straight men in history to be able to thirst trap lesbians successfully. That is nothing to scoff at, Robert. So, gold star by your name or maybe a demerit. I don't know which. I don't know if you're harming or helping the LGBTQ community. But that is an accomplishment nonetheless. And I finally, after staring at Robert Irwin, I finally understand straight men with the girl next door fantasy, because I am a gay man with the boy next door fantasy of Robert Irwin. Oh my God, he's so perfect. He's probably in his room right now playing with his snake. Take that however you want. I meant the animal, but whatever. We can make this one quick. The Cardi and Nicki beef. Bam, 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 done. That is the weakest beef I have seen from Nicki Minaj possibly ever. Nicki, what is wrong with your fighting skills these days? The beef wasn't even entertainment. Now, the Megan Thee Stallion Nicki beef, that had me following Instagram for days. For days, Nicki. The Nicki Cardi beef was so weak. Like, Nicki, you just took shot at Cardi's kids and then apologized. And then you're like, this isn't who I am. I'm like, bitch, yes, it is. Like, don't lie. I hate it when people are like exactly away and they're like, that isn't who I am. That's not the real me. I'm like, okay. That'd be like me saying I don't wear around fucking Britney Spears, Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan shirts. This is exactly who I am. So, Nicki, come clean next time. And if you're going to beef, please beef harder and at least make it entertaining for the rest of us. Because you didn't drop a diss track. You didn't, like, say Cardi had big feet like you did Megan Thee Stallion. Weak beef, Nicki. And I hate to say, but I think... fight me on this, Nicki. Come at me. Beef with me. The queen of rap? No, not anymore. Sorry. You had your time. You are what the kids would call an artist from the 2010s. Irrelevant in 2025. Change my mind, Nicki. Oh, and I only bring this one up because, you know, we talked about plane crashes last week. I had mentioned there was an emergency plane crash on the freeway near my house last week, like the fifth one since June, I think. Guess what happened the other day? Guess what happened? Helicopter crashes into the freeway near Sacramento. Not exactly near me, but every avian variety is falling from the sky right now. So, and they don't have air traffic controllers at the Burbank airport because of the government shutdown. That's fucking whack too. Don't get on an airplane. Do not get on an airplane. My great aunt was psychic, and she would always be like, don't get on that airplane, Matthew. Don't get on the plane. Something bad's going to happen. And if I got on that plane, I was terrified for my life. I like to think I have inherited her gift, except for this is fairly obvious. Do not get on an airplane right now. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, ladies and bottoms, it's about to get messy up in this thing because it's time for another edition of Gabam! Gay Court. Who is in the Gay Court hot seat today? Let me tell you who's in the Gay Court hot seat today. My grocery store boyfriend, his name is Raul. Raul, do you think I changed your name for the podcast, for the show? Absolutely not, because I am not changing names to protect the innocent. This, my friend, is Gay Court. So here's the backstory on Raul. This is why we're looking into this on Gay Court today. I have been going into this store for 2 years. 2 years of light, subtle, some may say subtle, subtle flirting from this checker Raul. Now, these days, he's not so much a checker. Sometimes he's in the back. But nevertheless, we are checking in on Gay Court to find out, is Raul guilty of 2 years flirtation with not a single, not a nothing, zero follow through. Only one way to find out. So here's my side of the story. And Raul, I wish you would have followed me on Instagram on a non-burner account so you could have given your side of the story, but you didn't. So here we are. My side of the story, I have been going into the store, like I said, for about 2 years. Every time I go through this man's line, he cracks that smile, just the little subtle smile. Now, the question, of course, in my mind, is this flirting smile or is this customer service smile? I think, could be wrong here, I think that the reason he now works more in the back is because he's not overly chatty. He is not a chatty Cathy, as some would say. Not a chatty gal. But what I will say, when I would go through his line, he would crack that little smile and I could generally get him to laugh a little bit. But the thing is that when he would laugh, it would be more so along the lines of like, I'm a little uncomfortable because I have a crush on you type laugh. You know what I'm talking about? Like he didn't want to like laugh too hard. He'd look weird. Raul, I get it. No worries. You know, apparently you can't tell if I'm into you either, perhaps. But I go through these lines and I'm always just standing there at the checkout stand. I'm like, do I need to buy alcohol so he can look at my ID and memorize my full name and then look me up on Facebook like some boomer? He hasn't taken the bait. Or maybe he has, and I just don't know about it. So here's the courtroom evidence on this episode of Gay Court. This smile, this tiny crack of a smile. Is the flirtation real? Or is this just customer service flirtation? Exhibit B, the tone. When I say something funny, I don't think this man is overly social. So when he does talk, I get a hi. It's a cute little hi. Hi. He's like a little mouse voice. He doesn't look like a mouse. I don't think he eats cheese like a mouse. His name's not Stuart Little like a mouse. Got a little hi, like a hi, I'm safe to talk to. I'm gay also. That's exhibit B. Exhibit C is the history. And you can't argue the history. 2 years. 2 years of this back and forth game. Is he into me? Is he not into me? Is he gay? Is he not gay? Is he straight? I don't know. Here's the deal. If this store, I'm going to throw him under the bus. It's Smart and Final. If this store had reward points for emotional damage on my end, I would be platinum. And not just platinum gay. Because I've touched a vagina. It's horrifying. I would be platinum. I'd probably be getting my carne asada half off. So you know what I had to take to my story? I asked the question, is this man guilty? Is he flirting with no intent? Or is he just using his customer service? Little flirt. Is this man straight? Is he gay? Is he bisexual? Is he too shy? This is what y'all's had to say from Matt K. This is fucking brilliant, by the way. Matt K says, ask him a question only a gay guy can answer. I'm a homosexual myself, as you might be able to tell. I didn't think of this. So I went into that store and I asked the question, who's your favorite Spice Girl? In his little mousy voice, he said, Posh. Oh, Posh Spice. If you know, you know, Posh Spice. That was from Matt K. Gilbert says, this is a good one. He says, he's probably waiting for you to make the first move since he's at work. Good point. He says, and knowing you, make me feel like a lady. He says, knowing you, he probably follows you on Instagram with a burner account, which totally makes sense because I tried to find him on social media and I could not. This man is hard to find. Maybe it's because I wasn't using the accent over the U. I don't know. I couldn't find this man. So maybe he is on a burner account and I just don't know it. That was from Gilbert. Teresa says, this answer is more sinister. She says, if he wanted to, he would. I'm like, okay, Mel B. Come on, Teresa. Your name is not Mel B. If he wanted to, he would. Chloe says, he's straight and you're projecting. I don't think so, Chloe. I disagree. I think you might be right, Chloe, for all I know. And this one was my favorite. This came from a burner account, so I don't have a name on it because their name was like J268, comma, exclamation point. That's probably their password. Said, you're in a situationship with your grocery list, not Raul. Maybe true, Mr. exclamation point. But Your Honor, what if he's just shy? What if he doesn't want to make the first move because he's at work? He double bags my lettuce like it's delicate and you can't fake produce packing affection. That's true love. Well, too bad. Too bad for my thoughts and opinions on this episode of Gay Court, because the people have spoken. The people say that this is a great ruling for me. Raul the Checker is guilty of romantic delusion in the second degree. Yeah. Oh, bam! Imaginary hammer on Gay Court. So, Raul, here's what's up. Your sentence is to shoot your shot. Next time I go through your grocery store line, if you don't ask me to dinner, I know that it was never meant to be, which is devastating to me. And I'm going to have to switch back to shopping at Trader Joe's, which isn't really actually that bad because they have very delicious, healthful frozen meals. But what you don't understand, Raul the Checker, I wanted you to be my healthful, delicious frozen meal. Oh, God. Whew. Oh. Gay Court dismissed. Kabam. Oh, man. Okay, this is going to be my new favorite segment. My favorite segment used to be A Little Gay or Hella Gay, which we're getting to in just a second. This is Viewer Sub. As you may know, many of our viewers are sub. This is a viewer submission question. I get a lot of fucking weird DMs. Let me start it off with that. This is a viewer submission question that I got earlier in the week, and I didn't listen to it yet because I knew it was going to be juicy because they sent the voice message and then they asked a question after it. I know this is going to be juicy. So this viewer submission is from Cambria. This is what Cambria had to ask.
Question. Do you think the person who invented eating ass wanted to eat ass or wanted their ass ate?
Whew. That's my smoker laugh. Or my Muttley laugh. Cambria, oh my God. Cambria, you naughty, naughty girl. You want a real answer on this one? Who do I think invented eating ass? The person giving or the person receiving? Okay, I think I've got it. Cambria, this is what I think. You ready for this, girl? I think it depends when eating ass was invented. And let me explain. If eating ass was invented in 2025, we have sufficient showering. So, not sick, everybody eats ass. some very normal human being would be like, I want to eat your ass. Something about it speaking to me. If I can eat the cooch, I can eat the ass. In that case, I would say it really could go either way. But because eating ass was invented a long time ago, and you can't tell me people in the dark ages weren't eating a little ass. You can't tell me, okay, the rats got blamed for the Black Plague and probably the potato famine too. Real talk, you know what was the real cause? Eating ass. Yeah, eating ass was the cause of the Black Plague. So I'm going to go on a limb, Cambria, and answer your question and say the person who invented eating ass wanted their ass ate. No question about it. Because in those times, in the medieval dark age times, are you going to risk your life to eat somebody's ass? Probably not. I mean, a lot of people risk their lives to eat ass now, but that's different. We have antibiotics. Back then, when you're like, oh, do 3 hopscotch jumping jacks and then ask the wizard if you can continue to live to the ripe age of 27 and a half. No, I don't think that anybody is risking their life like that to eat ass. 1,001,025 BC%. The person who invented eating ass wanted their ass ate. This has been viewer submission. Thank you, Cambria, for that pretty fucking disgusting question, but I love you. I love you, Cambria. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, it's time for my former favorite topic, but still a good one. Time to find out if he's a little gay or hella gay. Trying to find out if our man's in question today's got a little rainbow sprinkle, or if he's doing full-on rainbow frosting on that wedding cake. Time to find out if he's a little gay or hella gay. So our man's in question this week, Miguel. Miguel, I dated one of you once. I dated a Miguel. So if this is you lurking in my comment section, kind of like how most of my exes and situationships lurk in my story views, I'd be very disappointed in you, Miguel. But I'm going to go on a limb and say that you're not that Miguel. So we can start with a fresh start here. So here's what Miguel's got to say. And this one is spicy. It's a little spicy. Miguel works at the gym. He works at the James. It's the James to me. It's formal because I haven't been in a while. Once I start going again, it'll become the gym again, informal. Miguel works at the James, and apparently there's a trainer there that he's got some spicy thoughts about. Oh, Miguel, I love these spicy thoughts. Miguel's issue, and I can't blame this man, is that the trainer is a former D1 football player. Oh, shit. Whew. He says he's a very chill guy. D1 athlete, but the nicest guy you'd ever meet. Oh, Miguel. I don't even care if you're gay or not at this point. Marry this man. He's a former D1 athlete, super chill. They talk about music. They talk about pre-workout drinks, getting jacked, yeah, on the pre-workout. Things heated up. Apparently heated up the other day when Barreau, our former D1 athlete at the gym, the trainer tried to teach Miguel the proper way to spot. Have you ever spotted for somebody you're in love with and you're like, or even better if they spot for you. And you just like have your face in their fucking dick? Can we say fucking dick on this show? Sure. Okay. You have your face in their fucking dick and you're like, don't tell anybody. It was the other way around. So the trainer's trying to teach Miguel how to properly spot. Miguel wasn't spotting correctly. Trainer grabs his shoulder and moves it. And that is when bing, lightning goes off in Miguel's brain. Full 4-alarm chilly meltdown for Miguel. He's been having thoughts about this man. Went home, started stalking him on Instagram, the whole thing, thinking a little probably naughty thoughts while looking at the Instagram posts, because you know our man, the D1 athlete, has hella thirst traps on that Instagram account. Miguel, I cannot blame you in the least. But here's the worst part. Miguel says if this man, this D1 athlete, invited him out for a post-workout smoothie, he would probably shave his chest. What? Miguel, let's get spicy up in this thing. So to answer your question, are you a little gay or hella gay? Here's my synopsis for right now, Miguel. I have to say, I think you're a little gay. Scratch that. I think you're hella gay. I had to think about it 2 seconds longer. Miguel, I think you're hella gay, and here is why. If this man touching you gave you an electroshock of love, that's normal. And I would ask you the question, how much physical affection have you been getting lately? If it's not much, then yeah, that's going to happen. Like sometimes my friend will like massage my shoulder. I'm like, oh, it's the affection you haven't been getting. That's normal. The banter's good. The conversation's great. Those are the same thing, but somehow in your mind, they're two separate, amazing experiences. That would make you a little gay. But because you said that you would shave your chest for a smoothie date, Miguel, put out the fire. That makes you hella gay. But here's what I want you to do, Miguel. I want you to ask this man's out on a date and report back with how you feel. Because if you ask him on a date and the date doesn't do much for you, that initial thrill, the toxic addiction isn't there, then I'll demote you to a little gay. But for right now, Miguel, you are hella gay, and that's okay. Oh, man, ladies and bottoms, this has been the Skinny Fat Twink Show. If you liked what you saw, you laughed along, you want to keep up on if Miguel's a little gay or hella gay, I guess in this case, if he's hella gay or a little gay, make sure to smash that, you gotta smash it. Smash that subscribe button, like the video, leave a hate comment. I don't care. I'm just trying to get engagement over here. Our last show got 17 views on YouTube. Anyway, I would love it if you subscribed. A quick shout out to everybody watching. So to Tara in Canada, as always, thank you so much. Miguel, bro, you're hella gay. But, you know, we'll check back in and I'll update it. Maybe I'll demote you to a little gay. To Raul, watching on his burner account. And, my friend, for you, thank you so much for watching. This is the Skinny Fat Twink Show. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll talk next week. Skinny Fat Twink Show. Holla! Zoit! Zazabao! Scabado poop the